I don't think I ever stop wanting someone. I don't think that's something I'm capable of doing. Yeah, I think I don't really, I don't know how to stop wanting someone. I think you just start wanting them maybe in different ways and wanting other people in more urgent ways. I think everyone I've ever wanted is like just a little bit lower down on the totem pole of want, maybe. I don't know what wanting even means, so that's kind of a toughie. I don't know.
What made you stop wanting someone?
I think I heard somebody on the internet say it's a really unattractive quality to not want me. And so I find that when I'm not wanted, it's like the person becomes like less attractive to me and I just end up losing that attraction for them. I feel like that's been really helpful with like losing previous partners. But I don't know, it's like, why want something that doesn't want you?
It's a hard question because I don't think I've ever been. I tend to stay in relationships to the point that I'm not the one who breaks up with someone. I'm the one who gets broken up with.
Why do you think you do that?
I think it's fear. I'm afraid that like if I let go, I'll never. It's like even if we're not compatible anymore, we're going different directions in life. It's like, no, this gives me a sense of stability. Like I need something to tie myself to feel like a person. That's not good. But growing up, I never really got the love that I needed from people around me, and so I'm very scared of losing it, even if I don't feel it for the other person anymore. It's like I have to hold on to this because if I let go of this, I won't be loved by anyone. Yeah.
I think for me, like wanting is, or like the act of desire or like coveting is actually not a good feeling at all. And so I try to separate myself from that feeling and tell myself that the actual miracle of meeting the person who I now want already happened, right? And so there's comfort in that for me, is like the miracle of meeting them already happened, whether or not they're still in my life or not. And then I remind myself, like, whatever I want out of them, like that sort of light or like joy or whatever feeling I have with them exists in me too, right? Like I was part of that dynamic, and so whatever I felt with them was in me all along. I think that's my answer. I don't know.
When they're romantic.
So you just don't like it when someone's romantic with you?
Yeah, because no one means it really. I feel like it's fake. It's like something you've seen from a movie. I feel like it's hard to make it genuine, because I think when you really want someone, it's awkward and like, you know, it's not all planned out and smooth and like a cool sentence and all that.
She talked through the movies in the movie theater, like constantly. And I don't care how hot you are, I just cannot take it when people talk during a movie. So I stopped wanting her right after I dropped her off.
I guess my ex-boyfriend, we had a lot of things in common, but as the time passed, I realized that apart from these things, he's a very, very boring person, and that actually I got very bored of his personality.
For me, it was when they stopped wanting me. You know, I can't keep tossing balls if nobody's gonna throw them back.
Was it easy to stop winning them?
No, and I still like, I kind of wish maybe one day they'll be like, oh, I do miss that friendship. That was really important to me. Friendships it's heartbreaking because you don't really break up the way that you would in a traditional relationship. It's just a slow, I guess, yeah, it's just like a slow whisper, just to fade out, and you don't get any closure.
Whoa. And I have to be honest. Okay. I haven't fallen out of love. I'm still in love with her even though she's dead.
What made you stop wanting someone?
Communication.
Betrayal.
Disrespect.
The lack of effort.
Not listening to you.
I realized they were really ugly, inside and out.
I guess getting forced to be falling out of love. He left me.
Do you know that thing that people call the ick? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Realizing that loving somebody is not enough to keep them in your life forever. I realized I was gay.
I think like in the grand scheme of things, I came into my queerness and I just stopped liking men, so that made me stop liking someone. Yeah.
Interesting. I had someone else say that. They were like, I just found out I was gay.
Exactly. It's kind of true though. Like the last cis man that I dated, when we broke up, I was like, I think this is gonna be the last one. Like, I have no desire to do this again. Yeah.
What did that make you feel like when you realized that?
Free.
I think when you realize that you want different things, that's when you have to close your heart, the door to the heart.
Were you able to do that pretty easily?
You know, just because you want to stop wanting someone doesn't mean that it's easy. So, no. But still possible.
People's like presence on social media can really put me off. If someone's Instagram feed is really bad. I think if your face isn't on your Instagram at all, I don't like that. And like, I don't know, just like if it's like cringe captions or like they only post like skating content and stuff, then that can stop me from wanting someone.
Well, when you fall in love with a person, I feel like you fall in love with who they are and how they are. And then once they start changing their morals, their faith, and who they were initially as a person, then you kind of don't recognize them anymore.
So essentially, like when you stop recognizing them.
Yeah.
Were you the one who ended things?
No.
So maybe, can you talk about that? Because I've actually like gotten a few answers where people have said like they fall out of love for whatever reason, but they still stayed, and then they ended up being the one who was broken up with. So like, I wonder, why did you stay even though like?
I was like, no, that's not true. Like, even though like it's literally right in your face, but it's like, no, that's not who they are. I met somebody else. I know who they really are, but in reality, like they've completely changed, like who they are, or like the new place that they moved to has like changed them, or yeah.
I guess I seen their true colors, you know. They had a facade on the whole time, and when it really came down to crunch time, and like, you know, they didn't believe in me, their true colors came out, stuff like that. So that made me start wanting someone. Thanks to my wife, she made me start loving myself again. She really believes in me, so if she believes in me, why am I not gonna believe in myself, you know? I'm formerly incarcerated, and when I came home from prison after doing 11 years, I didn't realize that I don't need nobody, you know? I've always depended on somebody. You always depend on somebody in prison. So now when I came home, I basically realized that I don't really need nobody. If I love myself, then I'm good. And once you like really in your heart feel like, you know, you love yourself, you can then love other people. So I just say, you know, start loving yourself more. It'll come into your life, you know, that person, whoever it is, it'll come. All you gotta do is chill, let it come to you, and it'll happen.
Is this your wife?
That is my wife right there. Yeah, no worries.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she's my heart.
I got out of a relationship, and the person who I was with kind of like came for me, broke my ribs, we got into a really gnarly fight, and I have a dog. My dog is around 15 years old. He's like missing all of his bottom teeth. He's a little guy. He's so sweet and lovely. Said person came back, and we were kind of like trying to work through some differences and heal and try to understand each other. And again, he got heated. He stood up, and my dog got in front of me and like lunged for him. And I was like, I've never seen my dog come for somebody, and seen my dog trying to protect me from another human being. I was like, okay, I couldn't do that, but he did it for me. And that was like it was a very distinct moment of separating.
What made me stop wanting someone was probably coming back to California. I think I've met somebody that has made me feel a way I've never ever felt before, and I feel really like shitty about it because it implies a lot of damage to others. I'm very confused and I don't know like what I'm gonna do honestly when I go home in a couple of days.
Okay, so you were very vague with that, but like, can I tell you what what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Is it that you were with someone?
I was not with them. Like, okay, I'm with someone. I have a partner.
Yeah.
And I've met someone that has really just completely messed with me. I have not cheated on my partner, but meeting this person has like really just like moved everything around me, for sure.
Since you've been in California, you've met this person. So my question is very fresh on your mind. Like you're...
Oh yeah. Like I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life right now.
Have you told your partner?
Yes, but also I don't think we've talked about it to the extent that we will when we see each other soon. And that's gonna be a rough conversation.
Isn't it? It is interesting that like we stop wanting someone else when we start wanting someone new.
It also confuses me because it's not that I don't love my partner, because I do. I'm just, I feel wonder at how much I'm feeling for this other person, especially because I barely know them, but it feels like I've known them forever.
Right.
And I'm just very confused with how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was very intentional with the wording of this question. I started it off by saying what made you stop loving someone, but then I realized that you could still love someone that you don't want.
Like, I thought it was something more superficial. Like, it was just a little, like, little crushes, you know, you get little crushes. But it's been more than that. Thank you for asking such an intense question at this. Like, I think you found me for a reason right now. I need to ask myself this.
Yeah, I think it's crazy how life works.
Hi everyone, I just want to let you know that I'm starting a new project. It's called Love from New York City. You can follow the Instagram. It's just Love from New York City, all spelled out. Basically, it's a project where you send me an actual love letter, like written out, and I share those love letters in some way. So please send me your love letter to the following address. The address is 1872 Lexington Avenue, number 143, New York, New York 10035. You can send me a love letter from anywhere around the world. The main theme is that this is a love letter to someone you've never confessed your love to, but obviously it doesn't have to be just that. Anything else works as well, as long as it's a love letter of some sort. Thank you guys for everything. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.